In this video, I'm going to show you how to make it easier for your end users to submit IT support requests. This process has three phases. Phase 1 is creating a desktop shortcut. Phase 2 is creating the batch files for distribution. And Phase 3 is using LanDesk to distribute those batch files. All right, we're going to start with creating the desktop shortcut. The location for this shortcut, which is the actual URL, is going to be mailed to IT service desk at fultonschools.org. So we're going to give it a name. Let's say Demo IT Support Request. And you can name it whatever you want. Notice that the shortcut does not have an icon. Sometimes if you create it, it will give you a default icon, but we're going to use a custom icon. Using custom icons is optional for you. You can leave it as is, or you can use the custom icons that I've created, and I'll show you how to access these files that I've created. So in order to use the custom icons, we need to move this to the C drive, and the reason we need to move it to the C drive is because that's where it's going to be located on the targeted machine. All right, so that's on the C drive. Now let's reference this folder. You can use either one of these icons that I've created, but for the sake of this demo, we're going to use this icon here. All right, we have our shortcut. We have our icons folder. Now let's go ahead and open up the LanDesk folder for Seaborn Lee. Now in this folder, each school has a LanDesk folder. In this folder, you can access any of the files that I've created in these folders here. I'm going to move the icons folder to this folder I've created called Tech Shortcut Icons. Right. In this folder, I'm going to place the desktop shortcut that I've created. Now, the purpose for moving everything over to the LanDesk folder is so that I can use LanDesk to access these files when I distribute batch files. Speaking of batch files, let's go ahead and look at the batch files that I've created for this process. Let's open up Notepad so that I can view the batch files. The first batch file I want to show you guys is the text shortcut. This is the batch file that moves the shortcut over to the targeted machine. Here's the command. This is basically copying from the My Schools LanDesk folder to the targeted machine. The next batch file that I want to show you is the icons folder that I created for you guys. The command is very similar. All I'm doing is copying the contents of the shortcuts icon folder to the C drive of the targeted machine. Last but not least, this is the optional part, is if you already have a desktop shortcut on your targeted machines, you can delete that shortcut, and this is the file name for the old shortcut that I have. Once again, this step is optional. Only do this step if you have old shortcuts that need to be replaced on your targeted machines. All right, so now that we have everything we need for LanDesk, let's go ahead and open up LanDesk. And Now for phase 3, let's go ahead and create our distribution packages. We're creating a new batch file package. Let's call it demo. The first package we're going to create is to delete the old shortcut. So demo delete old shortcut. You can name this whatever you want. Now I need to locate the batch file in my LanDesk folder. How about we make it easier than copy and paste? All right, let's go ahead and create the second distribution package. And this distribution package we're going to name demo IT support request shortcut. This package is going to be the package that pushes the shortcut over to the targeted machine's desktop. The third distribution package is going to be the icons folder. All right, so we have our 3 packages. Let's go ahead and create scheduled tasks for each one of them. The first task we want to create is, now once again, this part is optional. If you have old shortcuts that you want to delete, go ahead and delete that shortcut first. For this demo, I have a demo machine that we're going to use. Let's move it over to our task. And we need to set the delivery method, push run from source. Make sure our targeted machine's there. And now we need to go ahead and start the task now. And let's see if the icon deletes. By the way, here's our icon. Voila, voila. All right, now let's create our next task. Let's go ahead and push the icons over. We have our targeted machine. Properties, delivery method, push, run from source. Start now. Okay, so now we're looking at the targeted machine to see if the icons folder appears in the Windows C drive. Voila, voila. All right, now let's move on to creating the desktop shortcut. We have our targeted machine. Let's move it over, go to properties, delivery methods, push run from source. Let's go ahead and start this task now. And let's see if the shortcut appears on the desktop, on the targeted machine. Voila, voila. There we go. Just to make sure. Yep. So when this icon is clicked on, it opens up Outlook with the to address already filled. So now this is how you make it easier for your end users to submit IT support requests. Just instruct them all to look for the desktop icon, double click on it, and then tell them all the details that you want them to put in their email. That's it. Now, a couple of notes. All of these files that I've used can be accessed in the Seaborn Lee folder of FCS Archive 2. The path to this folder is here. I've highlighted it here. Feel free to use any of these files. Just use the video to instruct you how to use the files. The other note is, as long as the computer is on and it's in your OU and the machine is accessible via LanDesk, this method should work. Thank you.